This is the Viewing and Responding to Solicitations training course. Welcome to the Viewing and Responding to Solicitations training course. Here is a list of topics that will be covered in this course. Course Introduction. Lesson 1, Viewing a Solicitation. Lesson 2, Submitting a Response. Lesson 3, Submitting an Additional Response. And, Course Summary. Course Introduction. During this course we will explain the state of Ohio solicitation process in Ohio buys, view solicitations, and submit responses. Ohio buys has created the following changes to the way bidders and suppliers will submit responses to do business with the state of Ohio. These key changes will be discussed throughout this training. Bidders and suppliers can submit electronic responses for solicitations in Ohio buys. There is a new website where all open state of Ohio solicitations are listed. Bidders and suppliers will have visibility to all open, in progress, and submitted bids for their company. Viewing and responding to solicitations in Ohio buys can be broken down into 3 tasks. 1. View a solicitation. 2. Submit a response. 3. Submit an additional response. These tasks will be discussed in detail throughout this course. Lesson 1. Viewing a solicitation. All state of Ohio solicitations are available on the public portal. In addition, your company will receive email notifications for any solicitations it has been invited to respond to. Bidders and suppliers should keep the list of commodities they offer up to date in Ohio buys to ensure they can be easily identified as potential suppliers for solicitations. When the state of Ohio sends out a solicitation for responses, relevant bidders and suppliers will receive a notification via email inviting them to respond. The email will contain a link to the solicitation in Ohio buys where the invited bidder and/or supplier can see the details for the solicitation. In addition, bidders and suppliers can also navigate to the Manage Proposals page within Ohio buys to view a full list of previous and open invitations. We will now demonstrate how to view a solicitation. From any page in Ohio buys, click Sourcing from the main menu navigation bar. Select Manage Proposals from the drop-down menu. Please note, you can also navigate to the View Public Solicitations page to view all active state of Ohio solicitations. A list of all solicitations that are open for bidding are displayed. From this page, you can see a summary of each solicitation including its status, the remaining time to submit a response, and whether or not your organization has submitted a response. To see additional details, click the pencil icon for the solicitation you would like to view. Review and agree to the state's posted terms and conditions. Please note if you are quoting against a contract in which you are a current supplier, the terms of that contract will apply. Details for the solicitation are displayed. On this tab, you can view the dates for the solicitation, a summary of what it is for, as well as details for the basis on how it will be awarded. Click Download all contents of this RFX if you would like to download the details of the solicitation to your computer. Navigate to the Item tab. The items associated with the solicitation are displayed in a grid. In this example, there is one item associated with this solicitation that we are being asked to submit a response for. If you would like to download the displayed items to an Excel spreadsheet, click one of the Download in Excel links. This concludes the demonstration on viewing a solicitation. We will show how to submit a solicitation response in the next demonstration. Knowledge check 1. True or false? Bidders and/or suppliers must be invited by the state of Ohio in order to view a solicitation. This statement is false. All solicitations are available online. Lesson 2. Submitting a response. Once you have reviewed a solicitation, you can submit a response on the behalf of your company. If you have questions regarding a solicitation, Instructions on who to contact from the state will be listed on the solicitation. Upon submitting a response, you will see a confirmation flag in the corner of the screen stating that the response has been submitted along with the associated timestamp. You can also access this information on the History tab of the solicitation at any time. We will now demonstrate how to submit a response. To submit a response for an item listed in a solicitation, you must enter a unit price and delivery date. In addition, you can also enter comments for each item you are submitting a response for. This is also where you should enter the state contract number your quote is referencing, if applicable. To see additional details for an item, click on the associated hyperlink in the label column. Additional details for the item are displayed. Click the X icon. In this example, we would like to submit a response for an alternate, but comparable item. To do this, click the plus icon in the answer grid. You can also click the plus icon to add any associated freight costs to a solicitation response. The code field automatically populates with a unique identifier for the item being added. Update this field to inform the state you are adding an alternate item or freight costs. Enter a detailed description of the item being added in the label field. Enter the quantity for the item. Select the unit of measure for the item. In this example, we will select each. Add an attachment that provides additional details for the item and/or explains why an alternate item is being offered. Specify the manufacturer of the item. Enter the SKU number. Enter a detailed description of the item being offered. Click Save and Close. The alternate, but comparable item has been added to the solicitation. Enter the unit price you can offer for the item. Select the delivery date for the item. Add any relevant attachments. Add comments that explain why an alternate item is being offered. Click Save. Click Validate and Submit Proposal. In this example, since we submitted a response for an alternate item instead of the item listed in the solicitation, the total number of items that have been filled displays as one of 2. Click Submit My Proposal. This concludes the demonstration on submitting a response. Knowledge check 2, true or false. Once a response to a solicitation has been submitted, a bidder and/or supplier can access the details of their response at any time. This statement is true. Lesson 3. Submitting an additional response. If you wish to submit additional responses, you have 3 options available to you. Submit a new proposal, which allows you to submit a brand new response. Copy an existing proposal, which allows you to copy forward any previous response into a new draft response, which can then be submitted. Copy last submitted proposal, which allows you to copy your last submitted response into a new draft response, which can then be submitted. Additional responses can be submitted until the bid end date and time. We will now demonstrate how to submit an additional response. To view previously submitted responses, navigate to the History tab of the solicitation. A summary of your previously submitted responses for the solicitation is displayed. To view the full details of a response, click the associated proposal hyperlink. If you would like to submit an additional response, click Create a new proposal and then follow the instructions from the previous demonstration. In addition, you can also select Copy an existing proposal or Copy last submitted proposal from the Other Actions drop-down menu to submit additional responses. This concludes the demonstration on submitting additional responses. Knowledge check 4, multiple choice. Which of the following statements is not true regarding a submitted response? Option A submitted response can be changed. Option B, a submitted response can be duplicated. Option C, more than one response can be submitted. Option D, a submitted response can be viewed at any time. Option A is not true. A submitted response cannot be changed once it has been submitted. If you made an error on a submitted response, please contact the listed contact for the solicitation. Course Summary. Now that you are familiar with viewing and responding to solicitations in Ohio buys, take a moment to note the following key takeaways. All State of Ohio solicitations are available on the public portal. In addition, your company will receive email notifications for any solicitations it has been invited to respond to. Bidders and/or suppliers should keep the list of commodities they offer up to date in Ohio buys to ensure they can be easily identified as potential suppliers for solicitations. Once a response has been submitted, a bidder and/or supplier can access the details of their response at any time. In addition, more than one response can be submitted for a solicitation. You should now be able to explain the State of Ohio solicitation process in Ohio buys, view solicitations, and submit responses. Thank you for taking this course. If you have any questions, please email Ohio Shared Service at ohio.gov or call 1-877-644-6771.